John 17. These words spake Jesus, and lifted up his eyes to heaven, and said, Father, the hour is come. Glorify thy Son, that thy Son also may glorify thee, as thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him. And this is life eternal, that they might know thee, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom thou hast sent. I have glorified thee on the earth. I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine, and all mine are thine.
Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakak Kwadash, and double honors to those elders that's in the spirit, man, you brothers that's enduring in the Holy Spirit. And peace to you true brothers out there, the house of David. And I want to go into Yahweh Shai. He didn't pray for men that's exalted and that's great in this world. He didn't pray for the world. A lot of you men are a part of the world. You're not even in the spirit of the Lord. You're part of the world. So the Lord, he didn't pray for those things that's exalted and those things that are on high and those things that are highly esteemed. He didn't pray for those things. So when the Lord prayed for the elect, he prayed for the elect to not be on high. That's what he did. You know, now for these men thinking that the Lord prayed for elect in the greatest camp and shit like that, the Lord didn't pray for that. That's of the world. See, a lot of you guys, you're of the world. So you have to understand who the Lord prayed for. He prayed to keep you out of the evil. The evil is actually being famous and being part of this world. And we understand this truth had to go out all over the world. That's why the Lord said many was called, but only a few going to be chosen, because many are going to take this truth and they're going to benefit off the fame and the cloud and the recognition. While that many has been taught the truth, but only a few are going to be saved up out of the truth. Because many have erred from the faith and they've taken on the ways of the world, and they're teaching this word for clout, for envy and strife, for vain glory. And that's what you got to understand about this truth. So right now, these camps and these synagogues, they have become a rest haven for wickedness and deceit. You see, and the thing about it is our people are not in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. These camps have become the wide gate for destruction where many is. So the scriptures say many are called but few are chosen, and you have to be in the spirit. It says Matthew 19:30, but many, Matthew 20:16. So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen. Right. So only a few men are actually chosen of the Lord. And what you have to understand about that is, many was called to help to push this truth, but the only a few were going to be chosen. And you can see many are not in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. It's the more exalted you are, the more great you are, the more you're not in the spirit. The spirit that guys are coming in, they're not coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, they're coming in the spirit of the world. So I just wanted to go through this real quick, because many will say in that day, Lord, Lord, didn't we prophesy in your name and cast out devils? But the whole time you guys were in the fucking flesh, and you were worried about being exalted. See, the Lord didn't pray for exalted camps like that. And the Lord is not in these synagogues. And, you know, the brother made a beautiful point, man. We probably bring it out on the live. But because you are whole, the Lord will kick you out of these fucking camps. Because you are separate, the Lord will get you away from these camps, because these camps have been taken over by wolves and guys that's not of the Lord. The leaders cause men to err. They teach for hire. That's what the scriptures say. Matthew 7:22, and many will say in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name had cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. Right? Many are going to say that, but many are not of the Lord at this time. As the scriptures say in Micah chapter 3, a lot of our people, they teach for reward. They teach for hire. Micah 3 verse 11, the heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. You see that? Yet will they leave upon the, he says, yet will they lean upon the Lord and say, is not the Lord among us? None evil shall come upon them. Right, that's why guys are acting. The men are really acting like the Lord don't see their wickedness, and he told you not to exalt yourself. And the scripture tell you that the scribes and the Pharisees, they sit in Moses' seat. They sit in the highest seat. Matthew 23:2, saying the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you to observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. They may speak of Yahushua, but they are not in the Lord's spirit. So they sit up high. The Lord didn't pray for these camps and these Pharisees and these men to be up high. That's what you got to understand. The Lord said what's highly esteemed amongst men, it's an abomination. And you have to bring those things out, because the Lord didn't pray for men like that. Luke chapter 16 verse 15, because it's a misunderstanding when you go to that prayer in John chapter 17. The Lord didn't pray for men to be famous. He prayed for guys to be kicked out the synagogue. John chapter 16 verse 15, and he said unto him, ye are which justify yourselves before men, but the Most High knoweth your hearts, for which is highly esteemed amongst men is an abomination unto the Lord. Right. So these guys talking about the elect in these camps, the majority of elect ain't even in these camps, because these camps are not even in the spirit of the Lord. They're in a false, fake spirit. You see, you got this guy in Dallas, man. This guy's totally, man. He's a fucking. This guy's a total clown, man. All of these groups, everybody exalted high with these high titles and shit like that. That the Lord didn't pray for you to have high titles and high name and be heads, regional heads. That's why the scriptures say the heads judge for rewards. Let's go back and read that again. So the Lord didn't pray for guys with high positions and high seats and high cap. The Lord prayed for the lowly. Micah 3:11 again, it says the heads thereof, right? Your regional heads, your camp heads, the guys that have titles and shit. This is what they do. Matter of fact, I'll read 10. It says they build up Zion with blood and Jerusalem with iniquity, right? And so these men that are teaching our people, these guys are not in the spirit of the Lord. They're in the spirit of the Pharisees. They don't have that spirit on them. They don't have that austere, rebuking hard spirit. They're teaching you smooth. And that's why the Lord said they build up Zion with blood and Jerusalem with iniquity, because these guys are in the fucking flesh. It says the heads thereof judge for reward. So your camp heads, regional heads, top heads, these guys that are famous, they hold these positions, these high positions. That's why the Lord said that they sit in Moses' seat. Why? Because they hold high positions. Now the Lord said there's wisdom with the lowly. Let me grab that real quick. Because guys are high. That's why you had this guy say, he said that this guy said your favorite camps are going at it, Sakari and Great Millstone, and both of these camps are of Satan right now. You just got to be able to see through this thing. The Lord's not dealing with those things. The Lord said don't respect their multitude. You see, the Lord said 1 man out of 1,000. So the Lord's not with the fucking multitude like that. Matthew 11:29, take my yoke upon you. Right. So this is Yahushua right here. Listen, learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest in your soul. Right? So you find rest when you take the fucking low. When you want to be exalted high, you don't really get no rest because you're just worried about positions and rank. And what we're trying to show, brothers, is that the Lord is not resting with guys on high like that. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand what's actually happening. You see? Proverbs 11:2, when pride comes, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. Proverbs 16:19, better is it to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than divide the spoil with the proud. Right? So these guys are not lowly. They're esteemed. They're exalted. They're the great. That word great. If you call yourself great, and that's demonic in this society. You don't want to be nothing great. So that was a snare in itself to be exalted. So you guys out there, you think you're exalted and you think that you're lowly. You're not lowly. If you were lowly, you would be in the spirit cussing guys out, and that wouldn't allow you to be the highest in the synagogues. The Lord said they take the highest in the synagogues and they exalt themselves. Matthew 23:11. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. You see, so the greatest got to be your servant. And that guys are not in a serving manner. They're in a boss mob like mentality, like you fucking owe them something for them teaching you this truth. And actually, they're not giving you the spirit of Yahushua. They're just giving you the a lot of information. But they're not in the spirit because they're not teaching Yahushua over prophecies. So it's a problem there. It says, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that humble himself shall be exalted. And men have exalted themselves. They've taken the highest seats in the synagogues, man. Don't be fucking fooled. Don't be fucking fooled. Matthew 23:6 again, and it says, this is what they say. This is Matthew 23:6. And love the uppermost rooms and feasts in the chief seats in the synagogue. Right. So the Lord, he didn't pray for guys that's exalted, that have any type of fame with this world. That's your greatest camp. He didn't pray for the greatest camp. That's not in the scriptures, man. So, these guys talking about the prayer. Yeah, the Lord did pray for the elect, but he didn't pray for you guys and your camps that's exalted out there. He didn't pray for you guys because you're teaching the word of the Lord deceitfully. You really are. John chapter 17, verse 14. I've given them thy word, and the world have hated them. You have to be hated. You can't hold no position in this fucking world, man. You can't hold no positions in this fucking world. When you look at the superheroes like Spider-Man, Superman, they worked the lowly jobs. They didn't hold like no position or high titles in this world. No titles of fucking high priests or camp heads and regional heads and high elders and this, that, and the third. When you go to Matthew 27, the high priests and the elders, they gave the Lord up. So the Lord wasn't in that spirit of being exalted and high. The Lord didn't pray for guys that's high. That's what they're not giving you, the understanding of John chapter 17. The understanding of John chapter 17, he didn't pray for guys that's exalted because you already got your consolation all fucking ready, you clowns. So how the fuck is he gonna pray for you when you and another thing too? How the fuck he gonna pray for you when he told you not to do that? He told you not to take the highest seats in the room in the synagogues. He told you that shit. You guys talking about the elect plan? Hey, pray for the elect, man. Shut the hell up, man. You guys are demonic and you're very deceitful. John chapter 17, verse 14. I have given them thy word, and the world have hated them because they are not of the world, even as I'm not of the world. I pray that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but thou shouldest keep them from the evil. What's evil? Being exalted. That's why when the Lord saw them come to make him king, he fled out of there because they was going to make him exalted. And that's the Holy Spirit. When guys become exalted, you lose the spirit. The spirit flees. And the scriptures say wisdom can't enter into a malicious soul. So these guys that had these malicious souls and these malicious intents, They're not of the Lord, man. The Lord didn't pray for these guys. Verse 16, they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. So these camps are of the fucking world right now. And that's what you have to understand. The Lord didn't exalt himself to be high. That's what you have to understand. So when you understand this truth, and when you get what the Lord is actually saying, you can actually see that the Lord didn't pray for you to have a name and to be recognized in this fucking world. That's why the Lord told you in Philippians, the 2nd chapter right here, for you clowns that don't understand the scriptures, you're in the fucking flesh. All you fucking major camps and you guys out there, you're in the flesh. You're in the flesh. Philippians 2:7. It says, I start at 6. Who being made the form of God thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High. So this is talking about Yahweh Shai, but made himself no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. Right? So that's what you got to understand. The Lord, he didn't make himself for no fucking reputation. He didn't do that. He didn't call himself great. He didn't make himself exalted. He didn't make himself a high regional head or none of that bullshit. All you guys are going off, man. And the Lord is telling you, before he destroys you, he's telling you right now. He's telling you guys. A lot of you guys are going off. It says, in being made fun and fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death. So the Lord was in a humble state. And you're not humble if you're high. If you're exalted, you're not humble. So that's a fucking lie that guys are pushing out there. I wanted to do this sit down just to point out a few things. The Lord is not praying for exotic men with great camps. He's not praying for you. The Lord don't have anything to do with you guys. And as far as the Lord's concerned, he gonna say he never fucking knew a lot of you guys, man. You see? So when you really, like I say, man, when you really understand this truth, you really see where the deceitful is, where the deceit and where the corruption is, where the spirit is not. You see what I'm saying? Guys are not in the austere spirit. They're not in a courageous spirit. They're not in the spirit of Yahweh Shai the prophets. They're in a deceitful, snake fucking spirit. And this is not what they're not telling you this. They're not telling you that the Lord is not really dealing with those things that's exalted. He's not dealing with those things exalted. You see? This is I get some air, man. It's hot in this motherfucker. Anyway, it says Luke 6:24, but woe to you that are rich, that have received your consolation. And you received your consolation, man. Your fame with this truth. You took this truth, and the spirit that you guys are in allowed you to be great and famous because of the spirit you're in. If you were in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, you wouldn't be great or famous, or you wouldn't have no reputation. You would be like us. See? Guys hate us. We don't have a reputation out there. We're not well known. Like Paul said, you be known but not well known. We're unknown, but we're well known unto these damn scoundrels that's in the truth. Now it says it's heavy because Luke 6 and John chapter 15, it tells you you're blessed when you're kicked out the synagogue. So these synagogues, why you going to be kicked out the synagogue is because the Lord is going to be dealing with you and not the fucking synagogue. So to really look at it is you being kicked out of synagogue, that was for your own good. Because the guys that's left in the synagogue, they're teaching deceitfully. They're holding their sword back from blood. They're taking away from the scriptures. Men are in a very demonic respect of persons. Men are basically going off in the scriptures. They are exalted, and you're not supposed to be exalted. What else are men doing? They say that Judas Iscariot was a good guy, basically, that he was trying to get the Lord to use his spiritual power. All these things are with these camps. So if you're in these camps, that spirit of those camps, that shit's going to be on you. Now it says, blessed are ye when men shall hate you And when they should separate you from their company, shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. So we're looked at as evil, not you guys, man. You guys are clowns. You guys are clowns, all you guys, all you heads. All you heads, you teach for rewards. It says, rejoice in that day, leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. And you wasn't supposed to exalt yourself to be no heads of shit. You're supposed to be as a servant with no reputation. So we're rejoicing. It says, rejoice in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the false prophets. But woe to you which are rich, which receive your consolation. Right, you guys received your fucking consolation. I'm gonna jump down to 16. It says, woe to you, I'm gonna just read it. Woe to you that are full, for ye shall hunger, and woe to you that laugh now, you shall mourn and weep. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. So you have to understand that the Lord prayed for the elect to get kicked out of the synagogues. The Lord prayed for the elect to not get no fame. He prayed for us to push this word in the power and the strength on the low, while the Spirit is with us. The Spirit doesn't dwell on high. The Spirit is not up there high. The Spirit is low. That's why you guys up there sitting high. The Spirit is low. Like the brother said, the chariots are going to swing low. The chariots, they're not going to fucking swing high, you fucking clowns. But with that, I got to get back in here. Yeah, so the elect, the Lord, he didn't pray for you guys that's exalted or the greatest camp out there. He didn't pray for that. He didn't pray for camps with reputation, men exalted, heads, camp heads, and all that bullshit. The Lord said he took the task on as a servant, and he didn't have a reputation. But with that, man, I'm deaf to you wicked motherfuckers, man. The Lord didn't pray for you. With that, shalom.